Wagwan peeps, it's Venom, what you saying? Alongside my home slice, Dammy to the Zane. When she and I get together on the poddy, ask anybody, the vibes are insane.
Join our family and feel free to come by. We on Apple Podcast and Spotify.
Yeah.
New drop on the way every Monday at 6.
Tune in and come see what we unpick.
Hey, hello, hi peeps. It's your home slice, Dammy Zane in the building, and I'm here with my podcast bestie and that, Venom.
Wagwan peeps, Wagwan.
Come on now, looking all cozy and that. What?
Try it.
The weather's changed dramatically here in the UK, so yeah, boy, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's freezing. All of a sudden, freezing.
Welcome to the Unpicked podcast show. You know, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. And if you're coming back, welcome. Welcome back. Thanks for supporting the ting. You know, we love you and that. So the hot topics we're going to cover today is a little something about John Boyega's dating preferences, the rap queens plural, beef. And then the main topic, we're going to talk about this race conversation behind Ariel and the Disney movie that's coming out next year. So we'll get into it. We'll give you a bit more details. But yeah, relax, get yourself a drink, you know, chill out, enjoy the show. And I'm going to pass it over to Venom because those of you that know the show very well know that we start with this or that. So Venom, take it away.
Boom, bang. So this or that. This week, Dammy Zane, I have a theme. It's not life or death, don't worry, but I do have a theme.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah. I was hungry when I did this one, so you'll understand the theme real soon, innit?
Hungry for what?
So,
stop, it's too early. Go on.
Wow. Just for food.
Okay.
The rest of my hungers, they don't go away. Anyway, right, so...
No, stop. Yo, he's newly married, guys. So,
Get me?
You know that newly married phase, yeah.
Energy still. I'm a young man, you know.
All right, go on. Food hunger. Cool.
So this is a food. Yeah, so this is a food one. The first question is, you're making apple crumble.
Yeah.
I said apple crumble, you know. You're making a crumble.
Okay.
Do you choose apple or do you choose rhubarb?
Apple. What a stupid question is that? Next.
I'm just checking. Okay. You're dishing out this dessert. Do you serve it with custard or do you serve it with ice cream?
That's a tough one because it depends on how you're feeling. You know what I mean? Sometimes you want that comfort, so you're going to use the custard. And sometimes you just want that. Okay. Oh, God. How am I feeling right now?
But this is always, though. This is kind of like this is your safe.
Custard.
This is...
Yeah, custard. I want to feel like I'm being hugged from the inside. You feel me?
I'm definitely a custard kind of guy. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
All right, the last one. Simple enough, though. But this is, just to give it some gravity, this is going to affect everybody in the world from this point onwards. Chocolate in desserts or fruit in desserts?
Chocolate.
One or the other.
Chocolate.
And the other has to go.
Chocolate.
Chocolate
latte.
But you know that deletes your crumble. Because
Listen,
crumble is
chocolate brownie with
apple.
with the ice cream. Come on.
You chose custard, though.
I had no choice but to choose custard with the crumble. I'm not gonna choose custard with a chocolate brownie.
Okay. Just checking. No, I'm just checking.
No.
Because
Who has custard with chocolate brownie?
with a brownie. I'm gonna have to think about if I've ever actually done that.
That's a crime. That's a crime. That's a crime.
Travesty.
That's a travesty. That is a disgrace. I mean, no offense.
I feel like the only reason why I haven't done that is because I've never had a brownie at home, and it's always been at a restaurant, and they always.
I need to next time I can't. You know what? When we do this fake movie night, that you're saying I'm gonna do and watch this horror movie that I ain't gonna watch, I'll bring a homemade brownie.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll bring custard. I'll make sure we got a custard.
And I'm gonna bring ice cream because I know for sure that I ain't putting no custard on my brownie.
That sounds like mad innuendos, boy. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Is that you, Dami Zayn?
I mean, that sort of dessert, that's a different conversation. But for the food dessert, real food, I'm not putting custard on my brownie. John Boyega has been he's been getting dragged, you know. By who, I don't know. But he's been getting dragged for saying on the Breakfast Club show, that he prefers dating black women. And I wanted to get your perspective on this conversation. Personally, I don't get why it's a conversation, but I just wanted to get your perspective on it. So, what you think, him?
Yeah, I think it's a conversation because he openly said he only dates black women in 2022, which is almost unheard of for a person of that status, if you know what I mean, a black man of that status. But yeah, I kind of skipped past that. I got it. I understood why people were like a bit, because he is a celebrity, a Hollywood celebrity. You know what I mean? So I get why people are a bit taken aback, obviously, especially if they're not black. But my thoughts and feelings sort of gravitated towards, why is John Boyega single? Or why is John Boyega still single? Because this is not the first time he's actually said this in a public forum or spoke about wanting to date or wanting to find a lady, etc. So, yeah, being that he's a successful, young, attractive black man, why is he single?
Because he ain't seen me yet.
Damn. It's just like that.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's you or it's or nobody.
Next topic.
Not even. No way. No way.
Okay, let me be serious. I feel like people in the limelight probably struggle to date anyway.
In what capacity?
I guess, imagine, okay, you're both in the same industry, in that particular industry where you're always busy, you're flying here, flying there, whatever. Do you have time for each other like that? Do you see each other often? Is that an environment where you can foster a strong bond with someone enough for you to have a lasting relationship, really? That's why I feel like a lot of celebrities that get together end up breaking up, because there's so much going on in that sense. And then if you're looking for someone that is like not in the limelight, then how do you know for sure that they're on you because of you and not because of your money? I know it sounds cliche, but
I mean, I hear you. I definitely hear you, but then at the same time, I'm like,
because by that question, are you trying to insinuate, that because he prefers that preferring black women is not really serving him because he's still single?
Well, I'm trying to highlight the point that regardless of his preference, he's still single. And yeah, he does only date black women.
Yes.
And yet he's not found the one, or at least he's not brought that to the limelight.
Yeah, so what are you trying to
still
insinuate?
presented as single.
What are you trying to insinuate?
I'm just trying to understand.
I'm just. What are you trying to insinuate? Say it with
I'm trying to understand. Yeah, no, I'm saying it with chest. I'm trying to understand how
what are you insinuating
successful, young, black man who has openly stated on multiple occasions that he's looking for his black woman, why he doesn't actually have one.
I've given you an answer to that question that you don't want to accept. So we'll put that to the side. Yeah. There could be a number of reasons. He might not have just met that person. I prefer to date black guys. I'm single.
Yeah, but then to counter that point, he's a celebrity. So him saying I'm single and I want to date black women, much more black women will see that message than you saying I'm single and I want to date black men. Like the catchment for him is much wider. So by that virtue, he should have a lot more opportunity to meet that right person.
I'm gonna let you have that because he is a celebrity and I'm not a celebrity yet.
Yeah, just yet.
Cool.
Give it a couple of months, then I'll be like, okay, cool. It's the same.
Exactly. Right? Cool. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know why he's single. I don't know. I don't know.
But do you get what I mean, though?
I get it.
I think it's a bit strange.
Especially because a lot of women actually find him attractive, like proper.
This is what I'm saying. It's not like he's butters. No. It's not like he, I don't know, has a past where he did something contentious that people are 50-50 about.
The dating scene's not easy, and I don't think it's any easier for celebrities, irrespective of your catchment. Because let's put it this way, like I said, unless he's going for women who are not part of that industry, his catchment's quite small. Normal girls like me, yes, might like John Boyega, might be interested. If he hit me up in the DMs, I certainly will go on the date. Do you understand me? If I'm still single. But unless he's opening up his catchment to everyone, including...
I think he would.
Look at Toby.
Trying to make a debut. He said, I'm included in the catchment too.
I mean, babes, I accept you no matter what your orientation is. Okay. I don't think animals have them sort of orientations there. You know what I'm saying? No, I feel like, where was I going with this before Toby rudely interrupted the conversation? I feel like unless he opens up his catchment area to women who are also not part of Hollywood, not part of the music industry or any other industry connected to Hollywood, then no, his catchment is quite small, actually. I don't think it's as big as you may think that it is. We can't mix up the fact that he's attractive to a lot of fans and stuff like that. And we can't say that means he's got a huge catchment area unless he's open to dating them types of women. Then cool.
I think he's open to date black women, just black women, not black women celebs.
His black women. But he didn't say that he's open to dating the average Joe person. He's just saying that he likes black women, and I'm so happy that. But
I think like all men have kind of illustrated that we don't particularly cut off like women based on any type of financial standard.
No. But I think when it comes to people in that industry, it's a bit different. I think it goes back to what I was speaking about before, which is, how do I know this person wants me for me? You know, like I feel like a lot of people in the industry do think about that. Is this person dating me for clout? Are they dating me because I've got money? Or do they actually want to get to know me? And even if they get to know me, are they okay with this lifestyle that I have, which is that I'm traveling all the time, I'm this, I'm that. You see what I'm saying? I'm not really grounded necessarily, because in terms of space or place, because I'm constantly filming here, filming there, doing this interview, that interview, touring, or whatever it is that these people do. Is she gonna understand that lifestyle and be able to sustain it with me? So I think it's easy to be like, oh yeah, I feel like you have an agenda. I'm just going to call it out. I feel like you've got an agenda with that question. Because it's like, oh yeah, he likes black women. That should be the focus of the conversation. Not, oh, he likes black women, but why is he single? Okay, he could like white women and still be single. So what? Who cares?
Yeah, of course.
We're just happy, black women. We're just happy that a black man's, he's saying he likes us, you know? That's what we want. That's what we like to hear. All right, Toby, you're going to have to go. Say bye-bye to everybody. Bye-bye. Look at me, like,
Toby.
Hiding his pee-pee because I've got to keep my babes decent. You know what I mean?
Indecent exposure.
Do you know what I mean? Only a baby. Can't be having these bits out.
And by the discourse that we've had, it's apparent that there's loads of single black women out there who are just looking for a good black man. Yeah. I'm like, well, here's a famous one. Like,
I don't know about good black man. I feel like we're just looking for a good man.
Okay. Period. Yeah, sorry. No, I was saying you're looking for a good black man. And then everybody tried to explain to me about divesting and how wonderful that's working out and stuff like that. So, yeah. So... So yeah, that part.
I ain't gonna say nothing about that, yo. Because you know, I'm not divesting, right? You know, I said I'll open it out, but the heart wants what it wants. There's no way I can't. It's just, my preference is a black man. If it means I'm gonna be on the shelf for long, then so be it. But I don't think I will, to be fair.
I don't think so.
So either.
You know, he's actually like a brethren of my cousin. So like, if I hear of any gatherings,
you should have been setting this up from early.
Yeah,
what kind of friend is this? Like, what the
We've been coming out of a pandemic. I only just found out he's still single. I thought he might have.
Damn,
I thought he been had a wifey.
Golly.
It's John Boyega.
Golly. So what? It's Dami Zayn.
Yeah. Said it with chest and everything, boy.
Yeah.
Boom bang.
Yeah.
Boom bang.
Hold on a minute.
How did I forget?
You're laughing like to say it's not.
No, I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I'm focused on John. That's why I'm laughing. But yes, rightly stated, it is Dami Zayn.
Thank you. Exactly.
It's only because you ain't been in Star Wars. When I'm saying John Boyega, I'm thinking of all the times I've seen this man in films. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, right, this is John Boyega.
It is John Boyega, and this is Dami Zayn.
Like, I feel like if I had his level of fame, then I would have probably got married sooner, albeit to my wife, but sooner. Like, it would have been, the money's up, and I would have been in a better position from early, is what I'm thinking. I just don't understand, because he sounds like an intentful person.
No, if I was in his position, me too. Like, I'd be married up, I'd be cooking dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner, rearing some guy's kids. Cool, hear it. I hear it from early. Cool.
Yeah.
But she said rearing kids, like she's talking about cattle.
I know.
Like she's talking about cattle.
It repeated today. On me at the same point that it repeated on you. I was
I'm not serious today. I need to chill. Like, the jokes is not... Okay, guys. Okay, obviously, I am not comparing children to cattle. I'm just saying that I would be at home doing housewife, looking after the kiddies, if I was that level. Let me not be delusional. Obviously, I know I'm not like Hollywood level or anything like that. Not yet, anyway. But yeah, no, I think there could be a number of reasons why he's single. Who knows? But I don't think it's a conversation that needs to be had at the same time as the conversations around his preferences for black women.
Of course, yeah.
I find it crazy when people have problems with people's preferences. Like, if you're a black guy and you like white women, good. That's great for you. That just means that I'm not the girl for you. That's fine. I don't need to be everyone's preference. And I feel like people get upset when they hear that any demographic that they think that they're connected to or that they are connected to doesn't prefer them. Like, if any black guy, like I said in that infamous episode that is still doing the numbers till today with Auntie Cynthia, I said in that episode, I have never dated a black guy who dated white girls before me. That doesn't mean that it's not possible for me to date a black guy that's dated white girls before or any other race. But it just so happens that the guys that have dated me liked black women. Yes, there are black men out there that don't choose black women. They like other races for whatever their reasons are, whether that be that they have been brainwashed into thinking that black women is a problem or that they're ugly or whatever kind of other stuff that they want to say to themselves, despite the fact that they came from a black woman. That's crazy to me, but I digress. But there's men out there that don't like black women. Fine. There's men out there, affluent men, that are making good money. They get to a point, they're choosing other races to black women. I'm not saying that doesn't exist. I'm just saying that in my personal life, I've never had that problem. I don't get why people get so pressed about people's option, like what they choose, unless that person or that demographic having that preference means that you're not getting chosen. And I'm not saying it to be shady. But if you're just not getting, you like black men, but black men and all the black guys that you like are just not choosing you, and then because of that you're saying they don't like me, they like another demographic, they like another race, fair enough. It's just that I'm a black woman that's not experienced that, because the black guys I like have chosen me. Do you see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But people are really getting upset about the fact that he said that, and it's like, but why? If you don't fit his preference, you don't fit his preference. Keep moving, jog on. And if you do, and you like him back, great. If you ever get to date him, but just like mind your business. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, John Boyega, yeah, holla at me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. At least you're famous, so he'll be keeping it. You know what I mean? You'll fall in the original catchment, whether he opens it up or not. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I think so too. I think I'd make a good girlfriend. You know, understanding.
He wants a woman that gets it. You get me?
I get it, babes.
Damn.
Don't take me seriously. I'm not a serious person today. Just because you have a preference for something and you're ready for something doesn't mean that it will automatically come to you, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
for sure. I agree.
Yeah. So.
But I agree for like us, but not for Hollywood celebrities.
Yeah, okay. I hear you.
I'll repeat it, and I'm like, if you're talking about me, I 100% agree. Yeah, everything you just said. And then I'm like, but if I'm John Boyega, like, even just after the Attack the Block, any girl that I want, that's wifey. Like, that's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like, I don't even know if this is what he feels inside, but I'm feeling like if I was him, this is what I'd be feeling inside. I'd be like, yo, I just done Attack the Block. I think you're peng, innit? Come back to my yard. Like, let's
But
Netflix and chill.
It just goes to show that you can be in the best predicament, best position.
Yeah.
It doesn't guarantee love.
100.
It just doesn't.
So over in the Americas, the queens of hip hop, the female rappers, the fantastic, they're having some more discourse.
They're having beef.
And some rumbling in their midst.
Some brisket.
So you got Cardi B. Wow.
Some chicken.
Different types of beef. Oh, with the chicken. Venison. I swear venison is there. You steered off into all these different meats. But the beef is beefing. Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. If you don't know, it went back, I think, as far as Motorsport. They both featured on the Migos album. They did the track, Motorsport. They both featured. They weren't both in the video. All type of rumors started, and then it just escalated from there, and then they eventually just stopped liking each other and publicly started hating each other. To the point where now, 2022, and I keep telling you, Damien, have I not said on this podcast that Azealia Banks is a witch?
You have in the past.
I've actually said this.
Yeah, you
and
did.
I said she will tell you herself. But there was this, you sent it to me, it was like a voice, I don't even know what it was, but there was a message of Nicki Minaj, like, basically being a bit delirious because she's saying, oh my gosh, like, people are doing juju on me. They're trying to do this, that, and the next. And she was talking about Cardi B. But Cardi B actually hadn't done anything. And all that had really happened was Azealia Banks was playing devil's advocate and whispering sweet nothings in Nicki Minaj's ear. Which, so who even takes advice? Yeah.
So she says. Because it was Azealia that was like, oh. So basically, Nicki insinuated that someone told her that Cardi had cast a spell on her, had been doing juju on her. And then Azealia comes out saying, yeah, that person was me. Basically, that's what happened. So she was like, yeah, the easiest way to cast a spell on someone is to tell them that a spell has been cast on them. So she was trying to like insinuate that she was the one that told Nicki that someone had done
that this is what was going on.
Yeah. So Nicki's not actually confirmed that it came from Azealia. Azelia's just inserting herself in the situation. You know, she's messy as well. So
too messy.
But now I believe that she's a witch.
I know you wasn't hearing me before.
I didn't know.
You wasn't
I don't pay
hearing me
attention
before.
to her.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, that's why I said nah. If there's one thing you need to know, it's that Azealia Banks is a witch, and
she's not the only one.
About that. She about that life. No, I know she's not the only life, but she about that. Yeah. Like she outwardly be on that. Like, yeah, no joke. So that's mad though. That's like, you know what this is? Slight deviation, yeah. And we'll get back to this rap beef. But I was thinking over the weekend, do you not miss when, like, social media, as in this version of social media, like Twitter, Instagram, not Facebook, because Facebook was just for regular people like us, normal people, nobodies. But do you miss when social media existed and no celebrities were on it? Because I actually missed that.
I feel like I miss the days when celebrities were only on TV or radio.
Or magazines.
And we didn't know much about them.
Anything.
Like, they didn't talk like that. Because I felt this way about B2K. Quick digression. So, you know, B2K have been beefing for time. They've been beefing. And Omarion never really said anything, my babes. He never really said anything. And then now he's talking about it, and he's and you know, he recently was talking about how he's forgiven the Mandems, and you know, they were meant to be a brotherhood. They were put together to be a brotherhood and all this stuff. And then Raz B with his raspberry lips is there complaining like, oh, still going on about, you know what? He's been through some trauma. He made some allegations. He
has been through some mad things.
He's hurt about that, and he was talking about, like, you know, Omarion shouldn't be talking about my story. It's my story, and I'm gonna come out, and you know, he's just not having it. And then there's Lil Fizz, who I actually don't like, because Raz B,
he did a madness.
Raz B, I didn't like him in the band, in the group, but now I'm like, you know what? If that happened to you, then I get it. Lil Fizz is the trifling one, because he went and like dated Omarion's girl.
Baby mama.
Yeah, baby mama. There was a whole lot of whatever. And he too was basically taking the piss out of Omarion, right? So the whole thing to me seems very childish. And it's like, I wish you've tainted how I see B2K. I was a big B2K fan. I was like, man, these guys, man, I love them. And now it's like, okay, I'm hearing you lot talk, and whether I agree with you or not, whether you've been through trauma or not, it's kind of like, it's tainted how I view you, because
you're ruining it.
Because now I'm looking at you like, is this how your brain works? And it's the same thing. Like, Nicki Minaj has, but the barbs, yeah, they go hard for Nicki, but even the barbs on Twitter and TikTok were like, nah, she needs to keep quiet, because she's really talking a lot. You see what I'm saying? And
they're talking hella rubbish.
And yeah, so I do agree with you. That was a long-winded way of me saying.
No, yeah, I just arrived there this weekend. I was just like, why are you guys here?
Do you know them ones? They're like, do you know when I arrived at it? I arrived at it ages ago when I don't know what I sent you about Megan Thee Stallion. I sent something to Venom about Megan Thee Stallion, and he was like, I'm actually tired of seeing her face now.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when I thought, you know what? No, she's oversaturated. If it's not pictures of her in very sexy positions, mind you, with her man. If it's not that, then she's twerking. She's always twerking somewhere with her tongue hanging out. Like, there's always something. Is it every day? It was at that point I was like, actually, no, it's true. We see them too much. I think that's why. That's probably why. I mean, I'm not really a Beyonce fan like that anymore. That's a whole nother conversation. But I kind of rate how Beyonce does it. Like, she disappears. We don't see her too tough. She comes out when there's music. And even then, all this discourse about Beyonce's current album, you've not heard Beyonce say bim about it. I like it like that.
She just takes two pictures, no captions.
Let there be some mystery about you. I don't need to understand that you're actually dumb. I don't need to hear you speaking and be like, this person has no brain. Do you know what I mean? It changes things.
They do too much. They do way too much. And it's only, literally, just this week, I was like, why are you guys here? It's just all, and all the American, the American like B and C list rappers, male and female, and their relationship dramas, and it just all the discourse takes place for everyone to see, and I'm like, why are you guys actually here?
If
like,
they stop doing that, the shade room will be done for.
I agree.
Pages alike. Because what are they going to talk about?
There'll be other pages that will take their place, that will have more valuable content for us.
Us.
The space would, yeah, exactly. Instead of just hearing this.
It's so funny. I was talking about this with someone recently, because I was saying how this is it. So I went on a live. I wasn't the one presenting the live. I was listening in on someone's live on Instagram of 2 other podcasts, UK podcasters, and they said something, and I was like, oh my days, Venom and I have been saying this as podcasters, right? So they were like, oh, people always go on about, oh my God, another relationship debate. Oh my days, is this all Black people talk about? Okay, when you look at the views, it's the relationship topics that get views. Yeah. It's topics where we're talking about other people's business that get views. When we talk about matters that matter to the Black community, we don't get no views. We don't get as much traction. You don't get as much people like taking interest in those conversations. It's always the conversations where it's like Black guy against Black girl, or older women versus younger women, or Black men don't like Black women, or divesting. It's all these relationship conversations, things that don't matter, or talking other people's business. Shade Borough, as much as people complain about Shade Borough, they're making money because people are literally ingesting their content. That's what you want to see. And when the podcast was saying it, like, people moan that we don't talk about this and we don't talk about that, because someone was saying, oh, you lot didn't talk about Chris Cabba or something like that. And they were like, when we spoke about Jamal last time, we didn't get much views. But when we talk about stuff that you lot complain about, that we're talking about, that's the ones you want to see.
That's the ones that actually get all the views. Yeah.
Listen, that's the ones that you lot seem to be interested in. So, so that's what I'm saying. If the celebs, if we didn't get as much insight into the celebs, a lot of podcasts, a lot of social media outlets will be done for. They'll be finished, because what else are they going to talk about that people will actually tune in to listen to or watch? And fair enough, but you should know your audience and you should play to your audience, but them audiences are very small. There's only a small number of people that are actually interested in.
I think the audience's interest would change if the celebrities weren't there. Because like before, we didn't talk about celebrities this much.
No.
Because they weren't there. So we had all these other conversations and did all these other things socially. Yeah, generally. Yeah. No, generally. As in, like, before we were even a podcast.
Yeah.
Just in the social space.
Yeah.
Like, it's just full of their rubbish. It's not even their quality. It's full of their rubbish.
I tell you what, yeah, guys. Sometimes when Venom and I are planning for these episodes, like, although we literally spend 5 minutes before, like, what we're going to talk about today. But when we have those conversations, we're more time, one of us at least will be like, oh, do we have to talk about this? Because it's like,
yeah,
what's there to say? Like, we don't really care. There's bigger fish to fry, but we know that we also get DMs and stuff of people saying, can you talk about this, please? Because that's what they want to hear. So we give you what you want. But more time, there's more stuff that we want to talk about, more valuable things. But yeah, I feel like beefing in the rap industry has always been a thing. It's been a thing since from as far back as I can remember, and probably from way before I was even born. So, but it's just that back then, you didn't really get to hear them talk too tough about what their beef actually is, or they weren't doing lives. Like Nicki Minaj loves to do an Instagram live, She loves to do an Instagram live. So we weren't seeing stuff like that. This merger between being a celebrity and a social media influencer has really blurred the lines, because even Cardi B started off as an influencer. She started off on social media. That's how she began her career. So I feel like it's just a tool that these lot are using these days. It's showing us who they really are. And some people will blindly still follow, and some people will be like, no, actually, this person, the way they think is not a bit of me. Like, I was a barb. I love Nicki Minaj's music. I think she's really talented. Although there's now a conspiracy that it's really Jay-Z, but we'll...
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah,
I sent it.
I don't know. I don't
Listen,
know about that.
Man, I don't know if it will thing or if we can play them the clip. I don't know if it might get flagged for copyright.
It'll get flagged. It'll get flagged.
We'll put the link. We'll put the link to the TikTok because it's on TikTok.
Will we? Who's gonna find the link?
In the comments.
Who's gonna find the link?
I've got it.
Cool. Because apparently when you pitch down Nicki Minaj, it sounds like Jay-Z.
Listen.
And I heard it, and it does sound like Jay-Z. And people are like, oh, think about it. So people are like, we've never seen Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj. Anyway.
That's so dumb. They're on the same track, Monster by Kanye West. But
yeah, but even on that track, you know, as a producer, that Jay-Z could have patterned that. He could have done it. You know, unless we see them recording, unless we see Nicki recording footage of Nicki recording live, you're not gonna know. But I've seen Nicki in real life. I've seen Nicki at concert and stuff. So
yeah,
unless she's lip-syncing,
Nicki is a barra. She's on
a
fire.
Freestyler.
But the thing is, I don't understand why that vocal literally sounds verbatim like Jay-Z. Like it's I don't even think verbatim is the right word, but it's spot on. Man. That's Jigger. That's very Jigger. 100% that's Jigger, and I don't understand why.
The trick would be, do you know what would confirm it? If they took a Jay-Z track and put the pitch up, does that sound like
Nicki? If it sounds like Nicki.
Why don't you do it? Because you can do it. I know you can.
I can,
Do it.
I'll have a
Do it. I want to hear it. Let's do it.
See the reverse. I don't think it's going to do it, you know?
These lot, but I can be the person that listens and confirms. I feel like you should do it.
I'll
do it and put it on TikTok or something. It'll blow. Because people are really talking about it right now. Like, it's a real conspiracy that people.
I'm gonna speed up a Jay-Z track, and boom, is this Nicki Minaj?
Is this Nicki?
All right, we'll see, boy.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna work in reverse. But the thing that makes me, I'm just thinking like, okay, what if he wrote that for her, and then recorded it like you know what I mean, pitched down, and then they just pitched it up and
but just if that's the case, then anything Jay-Z does, if you pitch it up, it should sound like Nicki. It should. Yeah.
So we're gonna see.
So do it and let's see. I like Nicki. I like Nicki's music, but I said time ago, I think one of our earlier episodes when we were true to this game, I said her character, I can't get behind it. And so I can't hand on heart call myself a barb anymore because there's certain things she's done, there's things that she's shown that she represents and that she agrees with that doesn't sit well with my spirit. So I can't. But her music, listen, I will listen, E.B. Piggy, beginning to end. Any of her songs, I will rap it for you beginning to end, no problem. But as a person, I don't know if I can get behind her. So yeah, I feel like these, I will say, Nicki's a better rap artist than Cardi.
Oh yeah,
lyricist wise, yes.
Nicki has much more potential than Cardi B. That's what I would say.
Okay, cool. Whether you want to call it potential or not, whether you want to call it potential or not, Nicki reminds me of. Nicki. You're right. It is potential. Nicki has the potential to be akin to Foxy Brown, akin to Lil Kim. She's that type of rap artist. Do you know what I mean? Lyrically, she's got it. She can freestyle. She's got it. She's there. Cardi speaks to this more new age rap, more gimmicks, more, do you know what I mean? More just twerk and rap about twerking. And you're good. You see, so they're not the same level. Even saying that, when it comes to actual rap talent, I would even put Megan above Cardi. That's how.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, Megan would go. Megan's closer to the old schoolers, Lil Kim, Foxy. She's closer to that. Flow, lyrics, everything. She's closer to that. Cardi's giving me gimmicks. That's why I'm saying that I would pick, if they were to say to me, this or that dummy, who is the more talented rapper, Nicki or Cardi, I would choose Nicki. But that doesn't mean that I'm not a Bardi fan. I guess that's what they're calling him, right? I think they call it.
I have no idea.
I don't even know what they call it. I love Cardi B's music, fair enough, but when it comes to actual like talent, I would give it to Nicki. But personality wise, I prefer Cardi B. I think Cardi B's personality
100.
is fire. I love her
100.
personality. Nicki, to me, I feel like she talks crap half the time.
So much BS.
Oh my lord.
So much BS. But again, that's why I say it's potential for Nicki, because it's all good having all the potential in the world, which she actually does have. She, based on potential, is the best female rapper out to this day.
In this day and age.
As in this day and age.
Yeah.
But
New age.
I'd say Cardi's music is way better because it's just simple. It's just is what it is. Whereas Nicki's music could be, but she's doing too much.
Faces. You know why I'm making faces?
Why?
Because Cardi's gimmicks, man. I'm telling you, like, let's not get.
I'm just talking albums.
Let's not get into
just
it.
talking albums.
Let's not get into it, guys. We have another project, yeah, that we're gonna announce very, very soon, and Venom and I will be able to have more of these types of conversations about artists and music in that project. So let's park it for that, yeah. Let's park it for that.
Cool.
But this beef thing, listen. I miss the days when beefing used to just be, I just don't like you. We heard about the beef, but we didn't have them coming on lives and on talk and tweeting and stuff.
Doing the most.
We didn't have that. And I miss those
You either
days.
had a diss track or you had
nothing.
nothing.
My gosh, remember the Jay-Z and Nas beef days? Just do it in a diss track. And I feel like if they did a diss track, Nicki would win.
Who? Nicki versus Cardi.
Nicki would win.
You know what? Again, based on potential, Nicki should win, but I don't think she would, only because I think she'd end up doing too much. Like, you know the essence of what made Nicki amazing when she first came out. It's not cool now. Like, it hasn't aged well.
Yeah.
That's the reason why.
You're right.
If Cardi was facing Nicki in Nicki's heyday in that time period, then she'll get battered. But now the Nicki stuff is actually quite weird, you know. He listed a bit much.
I mean, when she's doing all them, when she's doing all them like impressions and she's putting on them voices, yes, that sounds a bit corny. But I'm talking about Nicki even before that. I'm talking about
before that she was
genuine Nicki, like when she was still with Lil Wayne,
like mixtape Nicki.
Mixtape Nicki.
Yeah.
She brought that Nicki. If she brought that Nicki to a rap battle with Cardi,
it'd be problematic.
Cardi hardly writes her own lyrics.
Yeah, Cardi's not a battle rapper. Cardi is literally just like someone from the hood who has a dream. Like that's a
You know
Cardi.
What's funny? Yeah, that's me. If I think Venom, would you produce me?
I've been saying this. I've said this. I've been trying to get money off you, girl, but you just keep, it's the reluctance.
Do you think I could do this? Do you think? But I'm gonna be here battling with the likes of like, who are these UK rappers that we got?
You thinking of the UK scene?
Yeah,
most people are on
battling
drill.
these UK scene.
Most people are on drill, but it'd be like Miss Banks. It'd be Ivory.
Oh my god! Can you imagine a feature? Dami Zayn and Miss Banks. Oh my god, that would be the dream. Oh my god.
It'd be.
I have a girl crush on her.
I forgot her name now.
Miss Banks. Yeah, Ivory and Doll. Yeah, we could do a little something. Am I on their level? Do you believe in me? Do you think I could do it?
Yeah, of course you can. But you have to do it. It's not like a.
We'll talk.
It don't happen in the mind, innit? It don't happen in the mind.
Because I did my little play around thing on the intro, on the opening sequence. There's even the extended version that you lot ain't heard yet, that we still ain't dropped after all this time.
No.
Little something, nothing serious. We're playing around, but we need to do a real track. If we do we need to do a real track. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. You heard it here first.
Yeah. By our unpicked birthday, there will be a track. An actual track.
Really? That soon?
Yeah, November.
Okay.
Come on, let's do it. Yeah, we can do this. Okay. I'm gassed. I'm ready to go. Because it's rap. It's not like I'm not MCing or nothing. It's rap. Yeah. Cool. I can rap.
Okay. Cool. Say cool, boy.
But you know I can rap.
Me.
You know I can rap.
I'm not saying you can't rap.
So
I did not say you can't rap.
I can rap. Write my own lyrics. I can write my own lyrics. But I'm gonna ask you to write the lyrics. I can co-write it with you actually. You can do it that way.
You wrote your lyrics though. You wrote your lyrics.
I wrote my own lyrics, yeah.
So why you want me to write them this time?
I just want to come and perform. Okay? I don't want to stress myself out trying to write lyrics.
Oh my
lord. I can co-write with you. We can co-write, but
all right, we'll co-write, but you got to take the lead.
Okay.
Because otherwise I'll just end up.
Fine.
I'll take it. It's just so that it sounds more authentically like you. Otherwise,
I can perform.
I'll just say random stuff.
I can perform either way. We'll perform at heart. You know what I mean?
Dami Zayn, yeah.
Can you imagine if I actually? Can you imagine if I actually start a rap career after? I can't.
Listen, I'm here for all things.
I'm laughing. I cannot. It's either that or a comedy.
I got tracks with my sister in the drafts, and one old 10-year-old song being revived as we speak with my homie. So yeah, man, big rap careers starting in 2023. Regardless, if Dami Zayn is a part of the thing, then Dami Zayn is a part of the thing.
Might as well add rapper to my resume.
So for our main topic this week, we wanted to discuss and unpick the, what's it called? Oh my God, I forgot the name of the film.
Little Mermaid.
So Little Mermaids has been taken from being the white redhead Ariel to now a black redhead Ariel played by Chloe Bailey? Or is it Berry? Bailey?
It's not Chloe Bailey, it's Halle.
Oh, is it Haley?
Halle.
The H one.
The twin.
Chloe and Haley. I thought it was Haley. But essentially, Disney made the decision to make Ariel black. And that singer is who is going to play Ariel. But what's happened on the internet since the last trailer has come out is that someone has used, it's not really a deep fake AI, but they've used an AI to then change Ariel back to white. And the person that did this with AI basically said, give them 24 hours after the film is released and they'll do the whole film.
So there's a bigger thing at here because a lot of, okay, first of all, it is Halle Bailey.
Halle.
Yeah.
Halle Bailey.
Yeah. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right because it's spelled Halle.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so Halle. So yeah, people have known that she had been cast as Ariel, Little Mermaid for time. Like it's not a secret. It's a known thing. We've been waiting for the trailer to come out. The trailer came out. Beautiful voice. It wasn't like I can't wait to see it. And yeah, guys, white people, let's put it that way, were very upset. The Caucasians were very upset. I've even seen some Asians were like, no, which I don't get. But yeah, they were very upset. They were like, oh, well, now can't relate to character. My kids can't relate to the character, so I'm not going to watch it. And that's what led to this person doing whitewashing it because they wanted to, basically that's them putting their 2 cents in the conversation around the fact that she's now black. And some people who are redheads for real or like have ginger hair felt like their representation, their Disney princess had been taken away. And it's led to a lot of discourse on social media around racism. It always boils down to racism. And how people are still racist because they don't like the fact that Ariel is now black. So there's 2 sides to this. There's the side that say, well, she used to represent redheads. She used to represent the ginger people with ginger hair. And now we don't have that representation. And some people have even gone so far as to film their children watching the trailer and their children's reaction to seeing the trailer. And it's been a mixed bag. There's been some kids who didn't see colour and were just like, oh my God, there's another movie. And there were some that were like, oh, she looks like, I mean, someone tried to say she looked like Whitney Houston, which I thought was a par.
That was
they were like, oh my
that
God.
one was the funniest.
What did she say? She's like, I mean, is it
me or is that Whitney Houston?
And I was like, girl, you don't keep quiet.
I said, listen, what little kid knows who the hell Whitney Houston is? This kid was so young. Whitney Houston probably dead before this kid was even born.
Yeah. But
Whitney Houston.
So yeah, and then there's the black community saying, well, you lot have had all the princesses before, so what? Now I think the bigger issue here is we are seeing a lot more representation of other cultures on TV, adverts and everything. And do you think that Caucasian people feel like they're losing that space?
Oh, 100%.
The reason why I asked that question is because, like ages ago, I think Sainsbury's and M&S around Christmas, they did adverts and they had black families in the adverts. And that caused a big hoo-ha as well, because Caucasians, surprise, surprise, felt like, oh, I can't relate to these adverts.
This advert.
We are now a minority. And I don't know. This whole race conversation, something that makes me tired, but like,
no, it's a funny one. I think the Ariel one, I went and watched some people who have different views to myself. Yeah. I went and watched what they had to say first, because my gut reaction was, oh, this is dumb. Man's is just whitewashing the thing, etc., etc. So I said, you know what, let me listen to someone who's probably going to challenge my opinion first before I really settle into what it is I think and feel. And what it highlighted to me was that actually making Ariel black is a little bit weird as a first move, because the character already existed, cool, and they were in the, they're in history and they've already been documented as being white, and that whilst them being white has nothing to do with the character in terms of doesn't play any vital part of the story, I understand that, cool. Ariel's white, that's a thing. So changing her race was a very strategic and intentional thing by Disney. I'm not sure what the end goal is, but I get that they decided, we're going to change Ariel to be black because she's meant to be this fish creature from the Caribbean Sea, talking to Caribbean fish.
Caribbean Sea.
Caribbean,
and she's supposed to be all her and her seven
crabs
sisters
and all of that
are white, yeah.
Okay. So I get that the change is very, very feasible there, but the argument that these people were making was that it does basically do the same thing that black people are complaining about, which is take away representation from other people, which is the gingers, which I get. I don't know why ginger people see themselves as separate from other white people, but I do also understand that representation is such, and that they maybe do get discriminated as being separate from other white people,
because even,
and thus
I mean,
they
when
need
I was
their own representation.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in school, I remember, aside from the black people having their own issue, ginger people did used to get bullied. Like, used to get stupid questions like, "Are your pubes ginger?" Like, used to get,
and dumb stuff.
They had their own thing. They have their own discrimination as well within the community. So,
but I guess the point that they were trying to, not the point they were trying to make, the point that they raised, outside of this being weird because you're taking, I guess, representation from one minority and giving it to another, in that sense, is that ultimately The Little Mermaid is a film that already exists. It's already been done. So whatever color you make The Little Mermaid, it actually doesn't matter. Representation is creating new stories with black leads throughout, if you know what I mean. Not changing stars to be new stars, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
see,
that causes more issues.
My perspective is, when it comes to the cartoons Disney franchise, I
Mm-hmm.
think anyone can play. Well, no, I can't, because Mulan can only be played by someone from China. Pocahontas can only be played by someone who was it Red Indians?
Mm-hmm.
Moana can only be played by people from, I think it's Hawaiians. So
I think so. I
yeah,
haven't actually seen
so
Moana.
yeah, and Tiana can only be played by a black girl. So I think I was about to say that when it comes to, but
But
then
those stories are
again,
steeped in
but
their.
then again, the old school Disney princesses didn't have people from anywhere, didn't have colored princesses. The princesses I've just named are more recent. Mulan's probably
Yeah.
the oldest out of the ones and
Mm-hmm.
Pocahontas as
Mm-hmm.
well, actually. But the old, like Cinderella, Belle, Ariel, they were all white girls. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's because back then, most of TV, most films only had white people in it. Didn't have. So that's why you can take Ariel and her seven sisters, who are meant to represent different seas on the globe. Um, they're all white, even though Ariel is supposed to represent a part of part of the world, a part of the world that is not a sea that is actually covered, that the surrounding countries are African countries or black countries. So technically the argument is Ariel should have always been black because she represents a part of the sea where the country surrounding that sea is black, or had black people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about the Caribbean seas. And I mean, Sebastian the crab, his accent is completely like, he's not a white
He's
person.
Jamaican,
He's
man.
Jamaican. Do you know what I mean?
He's Jamaican.
So yeah, I get it. I get that. But I think I'm a bit on the fence. I think I get the argument that black people or any other race can play these characters and it won't fundamentally change the story. Because when it comes to films or any cinematic anything where the story doesn't have anything to do with race, the storyline, I mean, has nothing to do with a
Mm-hmm.
country or
Mm-hmm.
race or a particular struggle, then it's normally played by white people, and therefore anyone can fill that space. Whereas when they make a film
Mm-hmm.
where the main character is black, is Asian, or any other race other than Caucasian, normally the storyline has something to do with the place that they
Yeah,
are
it's very
from. It's
intrinsic.
very
Yeah,
intrinsic.
very
And
intrinsic, the
so a
link.
white person cannot replace Tiana, cannot replace Black Panther. Do you know what I mean? Cannot
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
replace
Mm-hmm.
those types of storylines, because they are where those people are from is intrinsically linked to the storyline in
Yeah.
of itself. So I get that argument that listen, anyone can play Ariel. But for that reason, because whether she's black,
Mm-hmm.
white,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Asian, she could be pink, she can be blue, she could be yellow like a Simpson, the story is still going to be the same. And I
Mm-hmm.
agree with that. I do think that on the flip side, though, I do think that a lot of these production companies, I'm just going to call it that, like Universal, Disney, etc., etc., I feel like they're doing this a lot, and it's almost like they're trying to make a statement, and that's what I don't know how I feel about, because
Mm.
it's almost like we screamed that we didn't have representation for so long, and it's almost like they know that if they were to do a film like that, then you're going to get a lot of colored people going, and it's going to drive a lot of hype because we're going to hype it,
Mm-hmm.
and they're making money off of that. I don't think it's
And the conversations as well, it's like free
yeah, I don't
marketing
think
and stuff.
it's genuine, oh, we want to have more representation. I think it's more to do with that. I think it's more to do with just making money, because that's all they care about
Oh,
fundamentally.
definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I think once you see it like that, it kind of removes you from the conversation. It kind of makes you step back and go, this is not about race. It's the
Mm.
same thing with when you watch a lot of like shows on on streaming platforms now, Netflix and alike. There's always a LGBTQ plus storyline every single time. There's always, And I feel like they do it for a reason. It's, in the beginning, it might have been, let's push the boat out. Let's let's have representation. But if you're doing it every single time, it starts to makes me feel like you're doing this for other gains.
It's like a tick. It's a tick box. It's a tick box thing.
It's not genuine anymore. Yeah. But on the flip side, there's also, every time there's a black story, can it not be about slavery, please? And I'm very happy that we've moved away from that as well, because every time,
definitely,
it was always a slavery story.
But then you haven't watched
movies
the rest of this,
you know?
Yeah, we haven't watched the rest of this Ariel, Little Mermaid.
No, I think it's going to be the original story. It's an adaptation. We've had a black Cinderella, the best Cinderella, by the way. The best Cinderella was when Brandy did it years ago. And her prince was Asian. Oh. You got Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Okay, type in Cinderella. Whitney Houston's in it and everything. It's the best Cinderella ever. As a black girl, seeing Cinderella have braids like me, I said, yeah, I'm Cinderella.
Say, yeah,
me too, I'm Cinderella. Wow, that was a mix of accents right there. Do you see that? It did end with African with, you know what I mean? Real code switching. So, yeah. That's me. Yeah, absolutely. Wow. You need to see it. It's the best Cinderella. No cap. You ask any black girl about what's the best Cinderella, they'll say it's that one.
Never even heard of it.
Wow. Go watch it.
I'm find it.
Yeah, go watch it.
Go
watch it. And then you tell me how you felt about it. It's lit, man. It had a fully mixed cast. Even the sisters, one of the sisters was black. No, it's lit. You need to see it. So it's not the first time they've done an adaptation of a Disney film and they've changed the princess is not what she was in the cartoon. I was too young to recall if there was discourse about it, but then it came out in an age where we didn't have social media like that, so
yeah,
maybe not.
But then also, I don't feel like it.
I feel like that version, that Cinderella, is like 20 years old. I think it recently celebrated its 20th year or something like that. It's very old. It was back when we had.
But then,
cassette.
Did it go to the cinema? Yeah, did it go to cinema? Probably went straight to cassette.
It went to cassette. Yeah.
Yeah. So then there would have been nothing for people to complain about, because it would come out. Black people would have went and got it. White people and others would have just ignored it.
It didn't exist.
And then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas this is now, we're taking this to the big Hollywood. We're taking this to the box office. This is the Little Mermaid.
Do you know what it is for me? Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. As much as I'm removed, fundamentally, why are you crying? You've got in the books, she's white. In the cartoon, she's white. So why are you crying? I don't like Disney. Yeah. Disney has always been able to recreate the same story that we know, that we read. We've read it bare times. We know the story. People will still go to the cinema and watch it, irrespective. So why are you upset? The story hasn't changed. Everything else that Ariel has been documented in, every other Little Mermaid movie, franchise, everything has been a white Little Mermaid. It's just one movie. Why are you upset? Like, get over it. Get over it. I don't get it. It's dumb to me. It's so, the whole thing is like, ugh, come on, man, guys.
You know why? The thing that makes it so hard is that there isn't a way to really put the shoe on the other foot, because there aren't any roles that have been played by black characters since the beginning of time where the role has nothing to do with the actual character, so that you can just separate them and swap them out in a
and
racial
even back
way.
in the day, we used to have white people do blackface to play black people.
Yeah, there's that too.
Because do you want to talk about that? Because you're moaning that she's supposed to be white, she's meant to be a redhead. Okay. Back in the day, when you lot had black people in your films, you had white people play the black person. So, no, but come on. Stop crying about it. the storyline doesn't change. Whether it's a black girl or not, it doesn't change.
You know, the only thing that I don't know if it's a thing in it, but the only thing that I'm not sure about is that where a lot of ginger people are complaining that they don't have the ginger representation anymore, but her hair is still red. And there are black gingers in the world.
The funny thing is, Ariel's hair is bright red. It was never ginger anyway. First of all,
I know it's actually red.
My top, my top is more ginger. Yeah, it wasn't this color. It's red, like red.
But it's also still red.
Yeah. Like so, it was never ginger. It was red. It's always been red.
Still red.
It's red.
So it's the same hair that she has.
If a redhead, an actual redhead, which doesn't exist by the way, because people dye their hair to be that color, right? But let's just say it was. Cool, I get it. I don't want to minimize, because I know when people minimize black people, whatever, but I just feel like just get over it, man. Like the story has not changed. If they try to say we're gonna do an African adaptation of Little Mermaid and she's now African, and they completely changed the story and they turned it into a Black Panther something Ariel, okay, cool. You've changed your story. We've changed your princess story. I get that, but we haven't. I say we, like, as part of the production. They haven't changed it. They haven't changed it. It's the same thing. Stop crying about it. All the books and everything else, she's always been represented as a white girl. So what if she's black? Bearing in mind, Disney actually asked Halle to, they cast her in the first place. She would have auditioned and got casted for that. She's got an amazing voice. This is a musical adaptation. It makes sense that they use someone of today's day and age who has a voice that is fitting for what they're trying to do. You know, maybe I don't know any, to be honest, I can't think of any other singing actress who could have played Ariel anyway right now.
But then I didn't even know that Halle was an actress.
She is.
Before this.
She is. If I'm honest. She is. She did, her and her sister, they did, so you know Blackish?
Oh yeah.
There was a spin-off
I haven't watched it, but I do know
there was a spin-off called Grown-ish. They were on that.
Okay.
Yeah. So they do act. Yeah. Yeah. Both of them do.
Well, that's that, guys.
Honestly, there's not much more to say about it. I think it is showing some of these Caucasians racism. It is showing it. I hear it. You feel like your representation is lost because yes, there is a lot more movies and stuff where there's a lot more people of color in general in there, and I can see why when you've been used to seeing just your color on the TV screen, in the movies and everything, especially in the cinema, when you've been used to seeing just your color in the main roles and stuff like that, it might feel like you're losing your representation. It might feel like you're now a minority, but I'm sorry to break it to you people, yeah, but you actually kind of are a minority. When you look at the world internationally, there's more people of color than anything else. So you kind of just have to, it's your turn to feel how we feel, which is we're watching films and we're not even seeing people that look like us on the screen, or the person that looks like us always gets deaded off first. Now we're the main characters. Just accept it. You can't be walking around saying that you're accepting of other races and that your country's not racist, but then be upset because Ariel is not black with red hair. Just keep quiet. Because I'm seeing a lot of, especially British TikTokers, moaning about the fact that Ariel is now
well, of course.
black. And it's like, but if we told you that UK is racist, you'd be the first ones to be saying, no, it's not. But in you being upset about the fact that Ariel is black, you're showing your racist card heavy.
Yeah. Ariel's black. Get with it. Dunno. The character's still fictional. She's still got red hair. So if being ginger is the part that you want represented, that's still being represented. If being white and ginger, that's something completely different.
Go watch the cartoon version on Disney Plus if you want to see that representation.
It's still there, and it's not going to be erased.
That's it.
That is still part of history, as well as the Ariel that you already know, and then now there's another representation of Ariel. So, to wrap up, thank you very much for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the discussion. If you didn't, and you have contention with any of the points that we raised, please put your contention in the comments so we can.
We don't care.
At me, because I'm about that. So at me, and we can take it from there. If you're not following us, then please hit the subscribe button, the bell icon, so you don't miss another video. And is there anything else you want to add?
Socials are at the bottom of the screen, as usual.
Socials, you know what I'm saying? At Dammy Zane, at Venom. I don't even know what my thing is. Venom Music. It was like Venom Social.
It's just on the bottom of the
Venom
screen.
the Sith. It's Venom something, but it's still down there. You know where you can find us. Yeah, man. I mean, we're coming towards the end of the year. We're coming towards our birthday, our first birthday, and we've been working on some stuff. So hopefully everything lands in time, and then we have announcements and yada yada yada. So until that, it's from me and Dammy Zane. It's a big fat
peace.